everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's Constance the Reader. Today is Thursday the 11th, I think. We are officially in Alexandria, so you see a background change. We are in our Airbnb right now. We got here yesterday. We made really good time coming from where we live, so it was like about a 2-hour drive, but it went by really good. You know, that's crazy considering kind of almost hitting DC. It gets crazy with that Tyson's Corner exit, but it was only just a bit of congestion, no traffic, so that was really awesome. Don't want to jinx anything. My parents aren't here yet, but we got to spend time with my sister and my brother-in-law last night. I don't know if I'm going to put the clips in before or after, since I didn't actually film an intro yesterday. I had considered it, but I still had to work right before we got here. I had all these conference calls, then I had to do a one-on-one with my coworker because he's new, and then instead of it being 30 minutes, it took an hour, but it was also really good. It was nice talking to him because we've never spoken before, and the nature of our job kind of makes it so he's my coworker, but he's from Virginia Beach, so I don't see him. We don't really need to interact to do our jobs, but because he's new, the way the job works, it's kind of like you're thrown into the deep end. You get a little bit of training, but you kind of figure out everything as you go, and then you just go from store to store, hop around, deal with them, train with them, but it does feel kind of overwhelming. So it was kind of nice. It's sometimes those moments are like, I really don't want to do this, but then when you're actually talking with the person and getting to know them and hearing about the issues that they have, it's like, of course I know what that was like. I can relate, but I started this job 13 years ago, so it's different, but it's the same. So that was nice, but that made us be a little bit later, but it ended up working out because we got here right when it was time to check in. This place is so nice. We usually stay in a different Airbnb on King Street, so basically right where everything is going on in Old Town Alexandria, but this is really, really cute. This is a really beautiful house. It's cool and decorated really nice. It's decorated in a way my mom would really like too. But yeah, last night was great. We went to a Thai restaurant that was really, really good. It did fuck my stomach up though last night, girl. Lord of mercy. But you know what? We're here today. I made it through. But I have been reading. Y'all. Okay, and we're not just talking about manhwa or manga. We're talking about other books because I did want to, even though I kind of lost my opportunity to film a TBR. I could film it whenever, but it took too long, and then I didn't end up being able to edit the video that I wanted you guys to see. That's from next week, so unfortunately you'll see that later than I would have wanted. But I really, really wanted to read more physical, regular books, especially something that I got from NetGalley, and I'm doing a really good job. So we'll talk about that after we talk about the manhwa I read. So obviously I've caught up with the things that I meant to read and that I've been keeping up with anyway. So yes, ma'am, really, really good. They went to the store, didn't see me get a collar though, but you know, that's probably, they probably did purchase that, and we're just looking at it later. I really, really, really want to see more of the main female character's background because I just do, you know, I want to know what's really going on with her. I really want her to start being obviously she's going to be dominant to the dude, but the feelings are going to come, and I'm excited for that. Private tutoring is cute. We saw a little bit of background on our main male lead, not too much, but we kind of saw when they first meet, when she becomes his tutor years ago, and it's a cute little interaction. Obviously they're not fucking in the bed, y'all, but there's something going on with an older woman in the guy's life, and she's monitoring him. I'm not sure what her relationship is to him, but something crazy, and she's not stalking him, but monitoring him. So she knows that he is around the other tutor, I think, if I remember correctly. Oh, what else came out? So many things are on hiatus, which just makes me so sad. Oh, let me look at the lesson app because I was just on here. You Are So Lovely is really good. God, I'm gonna be so devastated when that goes on hiatus or when season 1 is over, because I feel like it's gonna end. It's gonna end in a way that I'm not going to like. Or I'm sorry, I'm going to like it. It's gonna end at a point where I'm like, why'd you have to end right now? Beautiful Nightmares on hiatus. You see what I'm talking about? That makes me sad. Oh, Swallow You Whole comes out today. Oh wait, today is Thursday, so a lot of stuff comes out today. I almost forgot. Maybe. Right? Thursday. It's only 8:42. That's why. Okay, so freaking Swallow You Whole comes out. Incomplete Combustion comes out. Does Train That Roots come out today? Or is that Saturday? No, it's Saturday. You know what would have come out today? No. Well, you know what would have come out on Tuesday? Backlight. And we have to fucking wait. Look. Anyway, yeah, but I did read some other stuff. So, you know, as soon as someone posts something on Twitter, I'm like, I have to go searching for that. So, I'm gonna put the image up. Y'all already know why seeing this image, why I want to read this. So I started Toy Daddy or Toying with Daddy. Oh, Devin's awake. I can hear him upstairs. That I know is going to be really good, but I'm interested to see where that goes. Basically, it's about a young socialite. She's an only child. It's just her and her mom. She's been gallivanting. Apparently, there was some scandal, and one of her friends back home in Korea calls her and is like, oh, have you heard about the news? And he's just fucking with her, but she's like, what news? And he's like, oh, come to Korea and find out. I don't even know if we ever even found out. I think he just said he was just fucking with her. But she comes home, gets into her house, sees her mom getting dicked down by this younger guy who she technically knows, the daughter. So, you know what happens? Her and the mama, or him and the mama, they're in a relationship, but this guy's 2 years younger than the daughter, okay? She knows of him, but we don't know quite yet how she knows him. I just happen to know because it was on Twitter, because someone already said it. I think he's in the shower. I don't know if y'all can hear that. That's probably shower. But oh my God, y'all. So there's this scene where she slaps him on the face, and then he has to get on his hands and knees and beg for forgiveness. Y'all know I like that. But the daughter's fucking with somebody else. I don't know if the daughter will fuck with the dude who's supposed to be her stepdad, but clearly something is going on with the relationship between the mom and the daughter. The mom probably has done this a lot, kind of brings men around, expects the daughter to behave a certain way, and then when it doesn't happen, the mom ends up dating someone else anyway. But this guy is different because she wants to marry him, and she gave him a couple's ring, but I don't know how they do it over there. It seems like she wanted him to wear it on the ring finger, and I'm like, okay, my pinky, I meant this, sorry. But it didn't fit, and I'm like, well, that's an engagement ring to me. Do they do that over there? Is that how they do couples rings? Because to me, I'm not wearing that shit on there unless we get engaged personally, but who am I? But yeah, this one's gonna be really good because it's a man baking and pleading, and y'all know I love to read that. God. Then I saw just the cover of Full Book. I had to find that shit. Found it, reading it. Full Book. This is going to be really interesting to me. So this is a BL, and this is about years ago, these two guys were in school together. One, I think, is a year or two younger than the other one. The main male lead, scrawny guy, quiet, very I think clearly has anxiety and is nervous, is kind of being toyed with by his older classmate, like a senior, and toyed with, I was like, I'm touch on you and stuff. It's not consensual, but that kind of the stuff that was going on when they were in high school made the male lead, who's more scrawny one, I can't remember his name, him kind of a bit of a masochist. No, a sadist? No, a masochist. A masochist is the one who wants to get slapped up on, right? I think. He's submissive. That might not be the right word, but just to make it easier. So he kind of gets off on getting slapped around me, blah, blah, blah. Well, he now is in a career where he is basically not a photographer, but he works with photographers. He's in the modeling world, and he's the one that come in, do the casting, takes the pictures. He also is the one that it seems like he's the one who sets up the photo shoots, and the last person who comes in is his old classmate. And since he hasn't seen him that long, he's obviously very shocked, and things just go from there, girl. So I'm just gonna keep reading. I'm invested because I really like that. But then last night I also read Make Him Cry or Lead Us Not into Temptation. I was interested, and I want to really read that again and dive into that, because something seemed very supernatural. I mean, it was supernatural, but something even more supernatural is going on. It's a short one. I think it was like maybe 10 or 15 episodes in it, and it's basically about this woman who, it seems as though she can see the evil aura coming off of people. And even though we don't get too much of a background on her, it seems as though she has always been able to see this, and then something kind of finally breaks when her parents, who have been like putting on an act, finally kind of show themselves. And that's, I think, when she starts to see the evil within people. So she's very sensitive to people who, the easiest way to put it is like being fake. So it seems like she can tell when someone is being fake very easily by sensing the almost demonic aura coming off of them. But she is like in a convent or something, or like an orphanage. A father, priest or whatever, starts coming around, and he is like one of the only people that she's kind of encountered that doesn't have that demonic aura coming off of him. And she's now fascinated by it. She's like, I have to know more about this priest. She follows him. The door of his fucking room is cracked open, and he's on his hands and knees slapping himself with them damn cat o' nine tails, girl. Got a horn on. And that's when like this demonic aura now starts to come off, right? And it's because, well, I don't really know exactly what it was that like changed it for her, or like she started to see it, but that was crazy. So that is like too much for her to handle, in terms of like, she now has to, I don't know, break him or expose him. Like, she can tell that something is different from him, because, you know, he's slapping himself in the back, bloody and shit, got a heart on, Lord mercy, praying to God, as they do, I guess. So she starts toying with him, and I do like to see that. But apparently from a young age, the priest guy, he's younger. We don't know too much about it. I'm wondering if maybe there was like some abuse that played a part in how he was maybe discovering his body and the way that his body was feeling when he was younger, but we don't know. But basically, like, certain things when he experienced pain made him also experience pleasure. He's young and he doesn't understand what that means. And so he looks to this other priest, who I guess you could say maybe looks up to him as like an older brother. He's like, is it weird that I do this? And the priest is like, I can't remember exactly what he says, but it's kind of like, he's like, well, no, but you shouldn't do that, and it's wrong, or something to that effect. So the guy, the main priest guy, is kind of living a double life, but it's almost like he's found a way to change the way he views these acts of, you know, inflicting pain on himself, which is causing him pleasure, but that would be a sin, so he doesn't like release. So I think that's like what's going on in his mind. So yeah, girl, she used to fucking with him, and I don't know what to say, but she is tormenting him, and I felt really bad for him, until eventually he just completely and fully embraces his freak. And that's awesome. Okay, he's got the priest habit on, or whatever the fuck, wrapped up in ropes and shit. That's crazy. That's crazy. Kind of hot though. But then I was wondering, is this woman real? It's like, people can see her, but there are these moments where it seems like she may be a demon herself. And I know that I'm not very religious, so I don't always pick up on certain like themes and stuff when it comes to like Christianity. So I'm going to be looking on Twitter and seeing what people have to say, because I love when people break down stuff like that and kind of go more into detail, because I have no fucking idea. I mean, I was baptized a Catholic, but that's just because like I kind of had to do that. And then after that, I don't know. I've just been living life, I guess. But then I'm so excited for this. So you know, I'm always taking this thing with me everywhere I go, and yet I don't crack it open. And it's frustrating me because I upgraded to this one because my old Kindle, I mean, I'd had it for so long. I think Devin got it for me at first. Thank you, Devin, wherever, you know, if you did do that. But, you know, I upgraded to this one, and I was like, I need to, you know, I decorated it. So I need to really crack her open. But September is my month for my book club with my sister, my mom, and my cousin. And at first, I chose the book that I'm actually reading. But because my mom chose a book last month that was kind of space themed and we're close to Halloween, I was like, ooh, I actually wish that I would have chosen a different book. So originally, I wanted to read Peter Miles Has to Die. I don't remember the author. Let's check her out. Because I got approved for that on NetGalley. It's already released, so that's on me. But yeah, Peter Miles Has to Die. Let's see, where are you? By Katie Collum. I'm already 50% of the way through. I started it on a Monday, got to 20%. I had a lot of work to do on Tuesday. Tuesday was brutal. That's another reason why I didn't end up getting certain things done. I was so tired. But, oh, that's another thing I have to talk about. Okay, my bad. Anyway, but yeah, last night I really got into this, and I'm in the 50% mark. This is so good. I'm really enjoying this. Part 1 was basically following 3 of our main female characters' perspectives, and basically there was this group of 4 girls: Dylan, Isabella, Priya, and Beck. They've been friends since they were like really, really, really young, and they're all very different in their own ways. And not too long ago, one of the friends, Beck, was murdered. Most people in the community, and especially her friends and her family, believe that it was her ex-boyfriend, Peter Miles. But unfortunately, they didn't have enough evidence, and his girlfriend, because he gave him an alibi. And it seems as though that was fake and that he really wasn't with her. So one of the friends has been stewing on this, Dylan, and she's a bartender. And she is just the kind of person who really has a sense of justice. And if she feels like she has to get justice for something, she wants to do it no matter what. And she is finally at that stage where she wants to kill Peter Miles. He has now started to come into her bar. He doesn't seem to recognize her. And she really wants to avenge her friend because she feels like, you know, the police aren't doing enough. They start to hear that maybe there's a different person that they're trying to track. And the reason why it seems like, okay, well, I have to get justice for my friend is because Peter Miles was a cop. And we know how they do. We know how they do when the police are the worst, okay? So Priya, Dylan, and Isabella, it's time. It's time to get revenge for Beck. And that is the first part where we are following the lead up of what's going on. We get a bit of flashbacks to see Beck and like kind of who she was as a person, then her time when she's dating Peter and how she basically becomes a different person because he starts to stalk and harass her. So it's very clear that Peter, well, we don't know for a fact yet that he killed her, and we don't know how he killed her. We are just always told like it was very brutal, it was very disgusting. It seems as though he lit her on fire, which is just absolutely horrifying. And yeah, so part 1 is it gonna happen? We're also given a chapter where one woman at least is in prison, but we don't know what woman it is. We don't know if it's one of the 3 friends. We don't know. Shit, it could be the fucking girlfriend that Peter had that gave him the alibi. I don't know, and I'm hoping that it is because I don't want any of the women who were Beck's friends to go to jail, to be honest with you. But now, part 2 is following the detective who had an interaction with Beck when Beck was trying to get help and trying to figure out like, what can I do if my stalker is a police officer? But they're also a little bit too connected to this case, and I am loving this so much. It is so good. It's so interesting. I like it. I like it a lot. So this has been really good, and honestly, depending on how it ends, I'm gonna be 5-star. So even though That was my original pick. And it's actually really good. I wanted to reread Dead Silence by S.A. Barnes with my book club, because we don't really ever read anything that's like horror. I know my sister's gonna listen to it. I'm gonna listen to it this time around. I gave my mom my copy of the book, so she's gonna read it physically, and I'm hoping that everybody likes it. I think everybody will. I have been wanting to reread this for a while, actually since I read it the first time. Wasn't my favorite ending, but the scene when the things are floating, I'm just gonna leave it like that. I talked about this a while ago on my channel. I don't remember, basically when it first came out, I read it. That scene is so good, and I'm really excited to revisit it now that I'm gonna be listening to it, because I know it's gonna be really like haunting and spooky. But the other thing I want to talk about, which technically I actually did film this because it was really shocking to me, so I might just insert it instead of going all over it again, but it's about Sandwich Paradox. That also ended season 1. I think it's end of season 1. I'm so tired of this. Please don't do this to me. But I'll insert that clip so you can see, because I do think it was my initial like first reaction, because I was really shocked. But yeah, it is 9 o'clock in the morning now. Dev and I have to eat something. I feel famished. I've been awake since 7 o'clock in the morning. So I need to eat. And I should not be eating this for breakfast, but it is what it is. So we're probably gonna start our day soon, which is pretty nice. But yeah, I'll talk to you guys later. I'm gonna try really hard to keep filming and make sure I document everything. But yeah, once I get around my sister, it's hard. It's hard to do that, because I just get to yapping. But my sister has today and tomorrow off, so I'm really excited. We're gonna get to spend all this time together. We're gonna go to some escape rooms. We might be going on the ghost tour. I don't know when that's happening or if that's happening, but I'm really looking forward to it. So I will see you guys a little bit later. Maybe I'll even like do a little bit of a tour of the house. I'll figure that out. I'll figure that out when that happens, but it is really, really cute. And they all have fancy toilets in here. Like, you know, your heated seat, bidet type situation. Really, really cool. I like that. I like a bidet. Get into bidet if you're not. If you haven't gotten a bidet, get that and hook it up to your damn toilet, because it's worth it. But I'll see you guys later. I think Devin's coming downstairs, so bye. Hey everybody, welcome back. Okay, so today is Saturday. Tomorrow we leave. I know I have not filmed and talked to you guys, but I've tried really hard to like keep filming as we go. It's just been really fun. And y'all know I really love my family, so I try to be as present as possible. But it's just been so nice. Oh, you might be able to hear them laughing downstairs or playing a board game. So yeah, since the last time I talked to you guys, I think we talked on Thursday morning was the last time I sat down and talked to you guys. It's just been so much fun. My parents got here, that was great. Got to see my sister. We've hung out with my brother-in-law. We went to a bookstore, which I will be talking to you guys about. You guys probably saw that. It was called Friends to Lovers. It's in Alexandria. It is not necessarily like a new, it's not a new business because they existed before, but the first building they were in burned down apparently, and they had to move locations in April, and the location is absolutely beautiful. So if you are ever in Alexandria, Virginia, and you want to go to a bookstore that is basically, it's all romance, but it's within different genres. So if you guys saw, they had like young adult, contemporary, LGBT, they had some manga, they had some manhwa, they had some comics, they had some nanme. So it is all of these different genres, but it's all focused in romance. And I thought it was just really cool. The other cool thing that was really funny is that like when it was time to pay, basically the employee was like, okay, well, do any of these apply to you? Like, are you in the military? Are you a nurse or something? And at the very bottom it said, or plead your case for like 10% off. And I was like, oh, so I can plead my case? She was like, yeah. And I was like, I have a booktube channel. And she was like, okay. So that was really, really nice. But it's just been so lovely. We got to go to that bookstore. We've had some great food. The weather has been great. It has not been too humid. It's not quite as cool as I would have liked it. When we were here last year, I can't remember what week we were here, but it was like cooler a bit. But it's just been fantastic. Where we stay, it's basically really close to King Street. So all like the busy businesses where we're at now, we usually actually stay on King Street. We're a few blocks up, but everything is very walkable. It's nice. Yesterday we did an escape room. We escaped, y'all. I'm gonna put the fucking picture. Okay, we went like 9 out of 10 or 10 out of 10 hardness. We beat that shit in 40 minutes out of an hour. Hell yeah. And we're doing another escape room tonight. We got to hang out with my mom's former coworker today. We got to meet her. She and her husband are very lovely. We went back to Sister's Thai because that shit was delicious. And it's just been great. I got to meet my niece today. I'll put a picture up. Latte, the beautiful Latte. She's a princess. She's beautiful. Yes, she is a cat, but that doesn't matter. She is my niece and I love her, okay? I will be anybody's godmother, niece, auntie to anybody's pet. Okay, trust me, you don't gotta worry. I will really be there. I will be a good step parent, aunt, sister. I don't fucking know. It doesn't matter. I'm gonna love that pet forever. She's my niece. But I've read a bit. It's been really lovely. But let's first talk about what I first got from Friends to Lovers. Okay, so of course I had to get this bag. It wasn't cheap. But anybody who knows me knows I absolutely love Megan Thee Stallion. I love Megan Thee Stallion. You don't have to like her. Don't tell me about it. I don't need to know if you don't like her. I love her. And that's all that matters. So obviously I had to get this. And the statement is true. Hot girls do read. Thank you very much. So I love this tote. It's a very nice tote. It's got inner pockets. Very, very well made if you ask me. So I'm very pleased with her. But I got quite a few books, which you might have seen because I posted on Instagram and YouTube. There was no rhyme or reason. This was just, I like the cover of that, give it to me now. So I got Cosmic Love at the Multiverse Hair Salon by Annie Mayer. Very cute. An epic romance spanning the multiverse finds two women fighting for their happily ever after in Annie Mayer's powerful debut. Exciting. I got The Teller of Small Fortunes by Julie Leong. Wandering fortune teller finds an unexpected family in this warm and wonderful debut fantasy, perfect for readers of Travis Baldree and Sangu Mandana. I have not heard of those authors, but I got this based off the cover. I just think it looks really beautiful, very whimsical. Then The Entanglement of Rival Wizards by Sarah Rosh. This looked really, really great. Will they conjure love or evoke chaos? Two rival wizards are about to find out. So the employee that worked there, basically the author of this book, came for a signing last night. Unfortunately, the employee was like, are you coming to the signing? Even though the ticket sold out, I'll let you in for free. And I was like, no, I can't, because we had the escape room. But check this out. I think that's really awesome. And this looks really, really good. I also got Girl Next Door by Rachel Meredith. Where's a good blurb? A brilliant premise with absolutely excellent execution and perhaps more importantly, the perfect balance of heart and grit. Nora and MC's romance is spiky and sweet, hot and achingly angsty, and Girl Next Door delivers authentic catharsis alongside a tender happily ever after. Now, I've read this author before, but I did not know that they were a local author, so that's really awesome. And it's The Good Ones Are Taken by Taj McCoy. Signed copy. I didn't even notice that it said signed copy, so that's really awesome. And I had no idea that they were a local author. That's awesome. So I had actually read Savvy Shelton Feels Good as Hell a few years ago. I rented it on Hoopla, and that was really, really good. I like that romance. So I'm really looking forward to this. When Maggie's best friend admits he's in love with her, she'll have to decide whether it's worth giving up something good for something that could be amazing in this laugh out loud friends to lovers rom-com. Some of y'all noticed that I got Case File Compendium by Bing On Ben. Now, the funny thing about this is that I actually got this on Amazon. I think there was like a deal one day for like Kindle deals. So I have this digitally, but I don't give a damn, okay? It's a local bookstore. It's a small indie bookstore. I might as well get it too. So I have it physically. The Devil and His Doctor, wealthy and handsome, yet mentally unstable, he has returned home from overseas with one goal in mind, to win the heart of Jiju, the girl of his dreams. However, in his time away, he has nursed more than unrequited feelings. He must confront his long-held grudge against Jiju's overprotective brother. I'm sorry, I cannot pronounce these. I'm gonna try my hardest. Ji Xingsheng, who doesn't think you capable of love, but history is not easily rewritten. As Yu's former doctor, Ji Xingsheng is the only person in the world who truly understands his volatile mental state. When the two are involved in an explosive incident that exposes a dark secret, his suspicions about him are confirmed. Now, Yu must confront his own demons, including his dark obsession with Ji Xingxing. From the New York Times bestselling author of The Husky and His White Cat, Shizun, and Remnants of Filth. So I will definitely try to pick those up as well. This one, I mean, look at the cover. I got A Tale of Mirth and Magic by Kristen Bale. This just looks so cute. A cozy adventure of enchantment, friendship, and unrequited love. I got Can't Spell Treason Without Tea by Rebecca Thorne. This is book 1 in tomes in Tea, a cozy fantasy steeped with love. Run away with me, the mage had said, her eyes alight. You like tea, I like books. Let's open a shop somewhere remote and forget the world exists. And lastly, the only hardcover I got, Legend of the White Snake by Cher Lee. A headstrong prince, a hidden identity, a love story for the ages. Ooh, yeah. So yes, every single book I got was based off the cover, but I think they're all going to be absolutely fantastic. I'm very pleased. I'm very pleased. We were going to go to one other bookstore, but we just ran out of time. Doesn't mean we can't possibly go again today, but I'm probably pushing it. It's already like almost 7 o'clock and we have another escape room at 8. So realistically, I'm probably not going to be able to actually go back out, but it's okay. Like, I'm going to try to find and go out to more indie book stores in Richmond. Actually, my friend asked me if I wanted to go to one. I need to actually take her up on that because there's a few indie bookstores in the Richmond area. I just don't ever really go to Richmond. The main reason why I ever went to Richmond was to see my friend Hallie. So I have to break out of that thing that I do and spend more time with my other friends and get up there and get out there. The problem is that I don't like to drive around the city. So I would always stop at my friend's house and then she would drive. I know my other friend would drive too, but we shall see. But you guys, I finished Peter Miles Has to Die. That was 5 stars. Okay, that book, I started that when I got here, and I mean, I've read it within 3 days, and that was me pacing myself because I feel like I could have pushed myself even further. So I'm going to talk about it. I am going to give some spoilers. So if you don't want to hear about Peter Miles Has to Die, go ahead and skip it, but I'll try to make it as quick as possible. This book follows at first 3 friends, Dylan, Priya, and Isabel. And wait, did I already tell you guys? I'll do a synopsis again, I'm sorry. I'm just realizing, did I talk to you guys about this the first time we talked? It's fine. I've read it now, so we have more to talk about. So Dylan, Priya, and Isabel are 3 friends. It has been a few months since their other friend, Beck, had been murdered. And they are really struggling, going through life, dealing with this grief of their friend being murdered, especially because the man who everybody feels in their bones killed her is walking free. They meet regularly, and it seems as though every time these women meet with each other, it is just, it's like they're connected because they've known each other for so long, but all they really have to talk about is their grief and how mad they are about Beck being gone. Dylan is the kind of person who believes that, you know, we should get justice. When I see something wrong, I want to make sure that the person who did something wrong has to pay. Isabel is very emotional. She's very sweet, but she is a very emotional. She's so emotional and so kind of timid that she's in a relationship right now that she doesn't actually want to be in, but because of, you know, the time that she's been in it, the expectations from her parents, who seem to really love her, she is kind of going through the motions in a relationship that she's not happy with, but she's too much like conflict averse to, see, I didn't want to say people pleaser. She doesn't like the conflict of it. So it's not about really pleasing them. It's just you don't like conflict, to actually break up with him and like just live her life the way she wants to. And then you have Priya. She is a nurse. She broke off an arranged marriage that her parents had set up for her. She seems to be, you know, just trying to find her own way. She's always like kind of had this situation where, you know, overbearing parents, trying to navigate that, and then falling for someone who is probably not someone her parents would want her to be with. So these are the 3 friends, right? And Beck is the friend that passed away, or who was murdered. Beck was the one who kind of, it seemed like she was in a way kind of the glue to them all, because Beck was so, I don't even really know how to explain Beck as a person, because the thing is, we only see her through the eyes of other people describing her, and then we see flashbacks leading up to what eventually happens to her. Now, luckily, we don't ever know exactly what happens to her, but a lot of people reference it and how awful her murder was. And this is really about women navigating a world where they are targeted, experience violence, and oftentimes are not listened to or believed. And also, because of the society we live in, second guessing themselves when something is wrong, because society tells you that you're overreacting, right? So all 4 of these women are different in their own way, but they've all been friends for years. And it's just so sad. Okay, so Dylan is a bartender. She is working one night, and Peter Miles comes into her bar. He starts becoming a regular, and that incites her so much, because she's like, I cannot believe this man is coming in here. He doesn't even recognize me after what he did to my friend. And they'd met him in person one time, and he just gets to waltz in here, drink, be obnoxious, flirt with me after what he did to my friend. How dare he do that when he knows that he killed her? So she decides, I want to kill him. And she's going to tell her friends, and she's going to see if they want to be a part of it with her. They reluctantly agree, and this is where like the spoilers come in, so I'm sorry, or skip on. So they do actually go through with killing Peter Miles. Dylan devises a plan, which is actually a really good plan in my opinion. I think she really had the right she had the right plan, period. Okay, it's just everybody else ruined the shit for them to like, well, I mean, it's really like, you know, will you feel guilty even if you feel like that person deserved to die? You know what I mean? So trial and error, kill the dude. And that is basically part one, them coming to an agreement to actually do this, executing the plan, and oh, what the hell was that? Did y'all hear that? And then what happens next? Part two had my jaw on the floor. I sensed that this was gonna happen, but I mean, when it happens, you're still like, what the fuck? That's what I expected. So there's been a woman who's been coming into the bar, and she's been interacting with Dylan, and her name is Bree. They hook up a bit, okay? They hook up a little bit. And then we find out that Bree is a police officer, and Bree is the police officer who is working at the same precinct as Peter Miles. She, God, this book is just so good to me. Like, the way I wrote that review was like, I wish I could give it more than 5 stars, and now I feel like sick after having finished it, because I just felt like it was so good. And I feel like there's so much to talk about it, you know what I mean? Like, if you had a book club, like the kind of discussions that would come up. But Bree is now working the case of Peter Miles's murder. Bree was also wanting to kill him herself, because what we find out is that Peter many years ago had assaulted her, and when she actually starts working at this precinct after she had moved away, now she's back in town, she sees that her attacker is there, and he doesn't even recognize her. And obviously that would boil anyone's blood, coupled with the fact that one of the first people who come to her for help is Beck. So we get flashbacks every now and then. So Beck had come to the police because she was being harassed and stalked by Peter. He would not take no for an answer. He's very charming. Disgusting. And he just has a habit of this. He stalks and harasses women. He hurts them. He chokes them. And he seemingly gets away with it. I mean, he assaulted Bree many years ago and he got away with it. So, you know, Bree has her own sense of guilt that she was not able to stop Peter Miles from assaulting another woman, but also then going on to kill her. And she has a sense that Dylan, Priya, and Isabel killed Peter. She can't quite prove it yet, because Dylan has a really, really good plan, and they really aren't able to prove that Dylan, Priya, and Isabel did it. And they never are willing, they're never able to prove that they actually killed him. But, you know, in part two, things start to break down. The women, they're losing it a bit. These other 2 male police officers who were friends with Peter Miles are now harassing the 3 women because they are suspects. I mean, they do have motive, even though they can't prove it. And it gets so bad, the harassment that these cops inflict on them, that they eventually beat up Dylan. And luckily, Dylan is able to shoot one of them, so they don't get to keep doing what they've been doing, okay? These are corrupt police officers who have been using their power to really be corrupt within this town. You know, they also assault women. They also steal. So they're not good people, right? But they start to harass them, and it starts to get to Isabel. You know, they start calling her parents and harassing her in public. They vandalize Priya's vehicle while she's at work. And then, of course, they beat up Dylan in the parking lot. And then they failed to cover it up. And, you know, the women are cracking. Isabel, the one who has been the most emotional, has finally, you know, cracked. She's not able to handle it. She doesn't, you know, she insists that she should turn herself in and that the women should, but she doesn't think about the rest of her family and all this other stuff. Priya, I think she feels as though because she wasn't the one who actually killed him, but I mean, girl, you were there, kidnap his ass, that she, you know, her hands aren't as bloody. And Dylan, you know, she is just constantly trying to, she's just continuing to, you know, justify what they did. And of course, like, I think that that's worth like having a conversation about, right? Because it's like, if you had the opportunity to get I didn't mean to close that. If you had the opportunity to get vengeance for your friend, someone that you knew was guilty, would you do it? You know what I mean? And would you feel bad about it? I think that's like something that would be a really interesting topic to have, or conversation to have. All the while, we are getting chapters from the future, you know, from present, I guess, present day. Somebody is in jail. Someone is in jail for his murder. And the way it ends, and okay, so this is the biggest spoiler because it's the ending. In the end, Dylan finally is like, it's very clear that she's just going to turn herself in and she's not going to implicate Priya or Isabel. And I was so sure, like, that's the end. Like, Dylan is the one who's going to turn herself in. And I'm sorry if I cry, because I felt myself, like, getting emotional, but I reined it in. But even when I do that, sometimes when I then talk about it, it makes me emotional. Talk about anything makes me emotional. In the end, Bree is the one who actually claims that she's the one who did it. And she says that she did it because, you know, her motive is he did this to her many years ago. She has some guilt, you know, associated with Beck, and it was just the perfect opportunity. And okay, calm down. I think the thing about it is just like, before we know that it's Beck, and she's talking about her time in prison, and she's like, it's crazy how, you know, he still did something, like even this, you know, even though she didn't actually kill him, she's still haunted by him. And it's really interesting, the kind of stuff that happens to any of us in our lives, and how, you know, you can think that you've been set free, but sometimes you're not, you know. I don't know if that even makes sense, but it's like, it seemed as though Bree, the only phrase I can think of is moved on. And I don't even know if that's the right word to use, but, you know, she came to terms with maybe the assault that occurred by Peter Miles years ago. Having to see him every day, knowing what he did to her, and just having to live with that has got to be such a sick feeling, you know? And then to know that you came face to face with another victim of his who was trying to escape him. Like, he has basically escalated now from just sexually assaulting someone to now stalking, harassing, and then he goes on to murder them. And you still have to sit by that guy every day, because if he was eventually about to get a job back, that's the even additional fucked up part about the situation, is that basically the day, or like the week that Dylan finally sets the plan in motion, because he still doesn't know who she is, he confesses to her at the bar, like, I'm getting my job back. You know, Bree knew that first. Bree knew that because she works at the same place as him, that this man who, you know, is capable of doing something. Yeah, they couldn't necessarily prove it. Kinda. He's just gonna get to come back. He's just gonna get to come back and live his life like he didn't just do that, and he can do it again. It's that kind of stuff that's just so horrifying, you know, that there are people who you walk by every day that commit acts of violence against someone else, and they feel nothing. That's sick. That's so sick, and it's so sad. It's awful. So when you find out that Bree does it, and then Dylan is constantly writing her letters and trying to see her, and Bree's like, don't. She finally responds back, and she's like, please don't try to see me. She's gonna be there for the rest of her life. And Isabel gets to live her life. Dylan and Priya get to live their lives outside of jail, and Bree's just there forever. It's like, how is that fair? You know, I do understand the guilt one. I do get that. But it's still like, obviously as a woman, as a person, but you know, that's just so sad when you think about how many women are in prison for self-defense after they've been abused, you know. Like, I don't know, girl, let me not, because I know I will. I'll just keep crying. But I just thought that that was such a good book, dude. Like, I definitely want to read something else by that author. I just did not see that coming. I did not think that it was going to be Bree who turned herself in, because we were literally at the part where Dylan calls Bree and she's like, look, tomorrow morning I'm coming in. It's just me. Leave it at that. Just leave it at that, girl. But I have to fix some things and I'll be there. And basically Bree calls her partner, who is like the one person, the one male police officer there, who treats her with respect, who it just seems like a really good person and takes his job seriously and wants to help people. And she's like, I did it. And she tells him what happened to her, and he's crying and he's like, I'm so sorry that happened to you. And it's just like, I just did not see Bree doing that. I thought that it would be Dylan, because she finally was like, and then the other part is that I think Bree had said something like, at one point Dylan says, when Isabel is finally like, I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna turn myself in, and Dylan and Bree are like, what about your parents? You know, what are they gonna do? Like, look at Beck's parents. They're so broken because their daughter was killed. The mom is like catatonic. The dad is just trying to keep going every day, even though his wife is just a husk of a person. You know, she's like, do you want that for your parents? Do you want that for your sister? And they're like, you have people who love you. Nobody loved Peter Miles. He's a piece of shit. And then I think about Bree there. And the thing is that Dylan also doesn't have anyone. You know, she had an abusive father. I think her mom might have been abusive too. She's pretty much alone. That's why she is like very scrappy and like, you know, I can do it. Like, I have the sense of justice, whatever. So it's like, I was kind of preparing myself to be obviously emotional at the thought of Dylan being there alone, because she kind of says the same, before we know who it is. They're basically like, I don't even remember what they said, but it was just like, this is Dylan there. And she feels like she kind of deserves to be there because there's no one out there who cares about her, but they do care about her. And now it's Bree. It's like, I'm so fucking distraught. It's just too much. So anyway, Peter Miles Has to Die is really good, and I would definitely suggest it. So back from the spoilers, sorry you guys, I'll put like a thing up. But yes, I'm gonna stop it now because I'm just gonna keep crying. But Peter Miles was so good. Peter Miles Has to Die was so good. I do want to read something else by that author. It was good. I think I've read something else and I can't remember. I've read some manhwa, but honestly, I'm just gonna have fun tonight. I don't know what else I'm gonna read, but we'll talk again tomorrow, because tomorrow we get back home. I do have to work a little bit because this is unpaid time off, y'all. Okay, I didn't have any fucking PTO left after everything that happened earlier this year. I have no PTO, so I just said fuck it. I'm just not getting paid, but I'm gonna try to work as much as I can when we get back. Hopefully, no, not even hopefully, I will be making sure that I get you guys last week's vlog tomorrow. I don't care how long it takes to upload the shit. I don't care what time it uploads. You're gonna get it, because I really, really, really want you guys to get it. If not tomorrow, it'll be out on Monday, like sharp. Okay, I'm overheated from crying and I'm out of breath. So you'll see me again. Maybe you'll see me tonight. Who knows? We'll talk a little bit more if I do end up reading. But it's the last day. I'm gonna enjoy it. I'm gonna have so much fun. And yeah, so I'm gonna go downstairs and play some games with my parents and my sister and my brother-in-law and my husband before it is time to go to another escape room. We will win because we're awesome. We simply are. And I'm really excited. So I'll see you guys later. Hey everybody. Okay, it is Monday. Okay, we're back from vacation. I really did mean to talk to you guys yesterday, but it just didn't end up happening. Sorry about that. It was such a good time. I had so much fun with my family. It was so good. It was really, really fun. I think that will most likely start to become a tradition. Like every March, we always go on a family vacation. But my sister isn't always able to come due to her job, and sometimes my brother-in-law isn't either. But when we go up to see them, it's a lot easier for us all to get together. So it makes me happy. So we stayed in some place new. I realized I didn't even like take you guys through the place. I'm sorry, but it was really, really cute. It was 3 bedrooms, 2 stories, nice little patio, really, really close to King Street where everything basically is going on. And it was just great. It was awesome. So we're back home now. We'll talk about the stuff that I've read so far. Yeah. So let's talk about the manhwa I read. So what did I end up talking to you guys about? Let's move this over here. Okay. All right. So today, things that dropped: Melting Point and You Are So Lovely. I know I say it every week. I love You Are So Lovely. It's just so good. I'm enjoying it so much, especially because now we're getting this arc, if you will, where Haeyeon is basically going to take the lady up on her offer to be a model. We don't know what is still going on with the guy who is the boss for his part-time job, who's also a hybrid who helped him like hide his stuff. But I'm just happy for him. I really, really want the best for him. And I hope everything is good with this lady. Like, I don't want her to turn out to be bad. So she better not. Romance is blooming, and that makes me so happy, okay? I'm excited. Melting Point, also really good. I'm still really enjoying this. He's about to see his tattoo soon. Yeah. Yeah, let's see what his reaction is, which I actually am kind of scared that what's-his-face's reaction will not be good to seeing the tattoo, because I wonder if he's going to look at it like, this is just too intense. That's what makes me nervous, that that's going to be what happens. That he's going to be like, oh, you really like me. And I know that he really likes Ian, but I feel like he's still in that stage of, I was married to a woman and all this stuff, and I have all this baggage. And it's like, girl, shut the hell up. Shut up. And just enjoy what's going on here. Like, it's fine. Calm down. I caught up on Beautiful Nightmare yesterday. I still really liking it, but that chapter was just okay. And the card, titties flying everywhere. Now, obviously, I don't mind that, but I also was like, okay, can you back the fuck off? Okay, I'm trying to learn. Okay, that would kind of piss me off. That would kind of piss me off if I was just trying to learn and like kind of exist, and your cooters all over me, or your wiener. You know what I mean? I'm saying, like, roles could be reversed, but like, anyways, like sometimes you just need some space. That's all I'm saying. And while I do like the female ghost, and I know she's a sex ghost, okay, so she's horned up constantly. She gonna put that little hand up. And you know, that's just me. And then in the classroom, I know no one else can see, but you know, it is so funny to me, like the physics of titties and stuff like this. It's like, I've never had a moment that I know of where one titty's up here, one titty's down here, okay? And they're just back and forth. Am I crazy? Is that even possible? Not that I have to think about it, but does that happen? Do they just go? Someone tell me. Mr. A's farm. What the fuck was that? What the fuck was that? On the back of his ass, okay? What type of weird alien thing was that? And you know what? Actually, hold on. I need to go back in time. Look at the history on Lezen. What was that thing I read? Because as soon as I saw that, I was like, it reminded me of something I read where it was the guy who is the doctor, and there are these like kind of monster things all over the place, and he works in a research facility. Okay, I really got to lock in here. And there's like some type of weird slime. Oh, Showered with Love. That's what that thing looked like. And less cute, by the way. And he was hunching on the back of his ass. I want to know what's going on. And the pig thing. With no context, that sounds really bad. I know, I'm sorry. In Your Wake. Pond Where Flowers Fall. Did we talk about those things? I don't think so. In Your Wake. What's really going on? Oh, I wish I just had access to more episodes, because waiting week to week is just killing me. Pond Where Flowers Fall, really cute little update. I need to get back into Bottoms Up. I just kind of stopped that for a while. I bought all the episodes, but I stopped reading it. But we didn't talk about Jinx, everybody. Let's go to episode 77. I'm just so happy. I'm loving Jinx. I really am. Oh my God, I can't believe we're 77 episodes in. And I'm not really good with math off the top of my head, but that's not too far from like kind of the amount of episodes Minghua said that she wanted to have. So like 100 plus, right? So we're getting close to 100. I'm just so excited. I'm loving Jig so much. I'm so happy. Okay, slow down. It's like my mind is racing so fast I can't keep up with what I'm thinking to actually say to you guys. Okay. As I've said multiple times, I'm really, really happy with where the story is going. I'm loving I wouldn't even call this a redemption arc, in my opinion. While to a certain extent, obviously, Jake Young needs to be redeemed. He needs to redeem himself, and he needs to truly apologize to Dan. If you really go back and you read it, like, while I think Jake Young is a very, like, simple, like, it sounds kind of mean, but, like, simple-minded person, there are ways in which throughout this whole story that even though he has been absolutely, like, a shithead to Dan, right? He has been rude. He has been dismissive. He has been very cold to him. There are these other moments where he is actually being mindful, trying to care about him, trying to do these things, blah, blah, blah. It's just like when someone has been through the things that like we've seen that Jake Young be through. Also, he is still in his early 20s, okay? There has not been this moment in his life where he has had, like, this is literally the first time in his life where he's had someone who has really been trying with him, but he also wants to try with that person, right? It seems like he kind of keeps certain people at arm's length. Basically, the older people in Jake Young's life who have had an impact on him, but he doesn't view them obviously romantically, you know? So even the coach that he's working with and the secondary coach, I'm not sure what that guy's name, but he was pretty hot. Those people, he has relationships with them, but it's not like he is super close to them. And I think those people, they try, but they try to give him space, and they just kind of know, like, this is just how Jake Young is. And he has been slowly changing. And just because you don't pick up on it, or just because you don't care for it, doesn't mean that it wasn't happening, you know? Like, he has seen and had bits of regret. It's just now he's finally understanding, like, yeah, that truly was wrong what I did. There is no excuse for what I did. I am sorry for what I did. Like, now he can finally say, I am sorry for what I did to him, and I want to make it right. And I'm liking where Jake Young is going and how he's progressing. I do obviously believe that probably soon things are going to mend really well with Dan, with Kim Dan. And because this chapter, he's like, you know, I'm the reason why so much stuff has been going on with you, because of the sleepwalking, because of the trauma, because of the drinking. You know, obviously Kim Dan already had a drinking problem, but it started to get a little bit better, and then it got worse because of Jake Young. So he basically tells him, like, look, I understand, you know, this debt thing. Come with me. Let's get you together. Help me with the fight, and that's it. And I noticed that on Twitter. I think people were right that it's like, some people were like, that's dumb manipulation. But like, this is the thing that started it all, is this jinx of like, I'm going to pay you money, right? In my opinion, Jake Young knows that he can't just say, the debt's gone. Kim Dan's not going to accept that. They've been together long enough now for Jake Young to know, like, Kim Dan's not going to just allow that to happen. But everything's going to be okay. And I keep saying I'm going to restart it. And honestly, like, today, I might restart it, because it's just like, I want to start it off with the pool scene, y'all. But I'm going to start from the very beginning. Because the one thing I haven't reread, because I've gone back and forth and like reread certain parts of the story, but the one thing I haven't reread is when they go away to the fight, and Kim Dan accidentally drinks the drink that was supposed to be for Jake Young that had like a little I don't know, Spanish fly up in the bitch, and they get the fucking in the hotel room all night long, and I'm on that part right now. And he squirts. Oh my god. crazy. But I want to see that. I want to reread that. And I want to reread the part where Kim Dan is by the seaside with his grandma and he runs into Potato and what's his face. And they save the dogs and the puppies are born. I want to see that. Other than that, this morning I read Jealousy. Is it Blinds or Binds Love? I know I'm getting the title wrong and I'm at my computer, so why the hell wouldn't I just type it in? Sometimes I get annoyed by myself. Let's start with Binds Love. It's Blinds Love. There you have it. Interesting. So this is one that I wanted to buy. It's a Tokyo Pop Love title, and it's actually on my Hoopla app. So I decided to read on Hoopla. I have that and something else, Pet Detective Agency. But yeah, Jealousy Blinds Love was really good. It was interesting. I wish it was longer, you know? I wish that it wasn't just like a one shot, because I would have actually liked to see the progression of their relationship more. Basically, you have, and I can't remember anybody's name now. Classic. Blame. Okay, so it's Shion Kirino. He was like a childhood prodigy in piano. His mother was his teacher, and he is now in his early 20s. His mom passed away, and he lost all love and excitement and passion for piano. I think he did like playing the piano, but it was really the relationship he had with his mom that meant the most to him. And unfortunately, she died in childbirth. So not only did he lose his mom, he lost his potential sibling. And that's really hard. He never had a close relationship with his dad. His dad really just wanted to like own the wife. So he was infatuated with her, got married to her, and then basically did not want her to play piano anymore. So she was a rising star. He basically snuffed her light out, and she essentially she got her spark back by teaching her son to play piano. But he kind of like mentions that like he could tell that her spark was gone and that this was giving her something, her playing with him. Cut to, of course I can't remember anybody's name because I only saw the title. Cut to Takase, the brunette. He has always been like infatuated and in love or whatever, inspired by Kirino. And what we end up finding out is that he has never really been passionate about anything until he went to a piano recital, which was the recital of Kirino. And because of that, that is what gave him some passion. So he's a few years younger than him, but everything he's been doing has been to get closer to Kirino. So when he finally meets him when they're at the same school, he kind of, you know, I don't know, I just felt like it was really sweet how he like kind of introduces himself and tries to get closer to him. But because he is trying so hard to be close to him, but he's also, I mean, he just seems like he's someone who can pick something up really easily if he likes it. Kirino has lost his passion for piano. He sees that this person is liking him or whatever. He wants to kind of mess with him. He does. It doesn't heal him. It doesn't make him feel better. It makes him feel worse. Like, what the fuck? Like, why am I doing this to him? He seems to like me. Why would I treat him this way? So it's really like a back and forth thing. Kirino's kind of jealous of where Takase is going and his new passion. But yeah, in the end, it was really good, but it was really sad. And I wish that we could have seen it a little bit more. Kirino finally like confronts his dad, but it wasn't very satisfying. But a lot of the times it's not when you confront your parent in this type of circumstances. You know, the dad just really just has no heart. Unfortunately, he's just a cold man. But they will eventually they are together and they will create something. I don't want to say replicate, but basically they will both be there for each other the way that they need, if that makes sense, to make it simple. Yeah, I'm out of breath talking about that. God. Yeah. Other than that, I don't know what else I'm going to be doing today. Well, I know what I'm going to be doing today. I'm going to make chili. Y'all don't even know the chili that I make. This chili is good. My parents are coming over. Yes, I know I spent all week with them. I want more parent time. I love my parents. We're going to play our game because it's Monday night and it's game night. And Devin is on his way home. It's just gonna be so lovely. So we'll talk again later. I do want to read some more. It is 1 o'clock, so Devin will be home like in an hour. My parents are coming over early. It's gonna be great. So I will see you guys in a second. It's time to start the chili. I don't know if we'll do the process of showing y'all how to make chili or my chili. It's not like it's a family secret. It's really not. And it's really nothing special to it, but that's the best kind of chili. It doesn't need to be it doesn't need to be crazy. You don't have to put extra shit in it. It just needs to be good. Right ingredients. That's all. But we do a little scoop chip. Jalapenos in there. Not all the way through. Like if you want to add jalapenos, you can. Make it spicy, hot sauce on it. A little bit of freshly grated cheddar cheese. It's about to be a good old time. And I'm hungry and the pot is hot. I can smell it now from the stove. So it's time to get to cooking. I'll see you guys in a minute. All right, everybody. Hello, we're back. It is basically 8 o'clock at night. We had our game day with my parents. It went really well. The chili was delicious. It was delicious as you would expect. I just simply know how to do that. Okay. But, I took a very, very, very strong animal. So I'm flying, dude, and I'm having a lot of fun. But I literally just finished Hook, Line, and Sinker. This was really good. And I enjoyed it. This was one of the most ridiculous things I've ever read that was just, like, purely funny. Like, no fucking weird, like, sad, depressing stuff. This was just very, very funny. I really, really, really liked this. Although, okay. So I'm pretty sure, though, that they did a spinoff. Okay. Oh, my God. Okay, perfect. All right. So this is exactly what I wanted to happen. Okay. So Hook, Line, and Sinker is about, I think it's Kyuso and Myungtae. So that's Kisu and that's Myungtae. They are childhood friends, basically do everything together. They live beside each other, but their relationship is very, so Kyuso, he has always had a crush on Myungtae. He really would like to date him, obviously sleep with him. But he is like, no, he's straight. Like, he's a straight dude. And when eventually he kind of finds out, like, oh, no, there might be a possibility for me, he finds out that Myungtae's type is actually somebody that's like him. What is his name again? Shinju. Okay, so Shinju, he is also in the same school as them. Pretty mysterious guy, has money, many rumors going on about him, but he seems to have a crush on Kyuso. He is kind of manipulating a situation where he can try to sleep with Kyuso and then possibly, because other things start to happen, have a threesome. And it is just so freaking ridiculous what goes on this. What goes on in this story. It's so funny. And it's just so ridiculous. And I'd heard like a lot about both of these, but What a Catch is the spinoff, and it's Shinju and then Myungtae's brother. Okay, so we see Myungtae's brother in Hook, Line, and Sinker. And obviously something was going to happen between them. I mean, I hope that something does. I really want him to get married. Like, he is a real freak nasty. Yeah, okay. Oh my God. He's just fantastic. I'm obsessed with him. But he deserves love. He deserves to be with someone. He deserves a relationship and to find someone who matches his freak. So I'm really hoping that happens because I want that for him. And there definitely seemed to be like a moment between Shinju and Youngju. So we shall see. I don't know if What a Catch is completed yet because I haven't looked. This is just the Lesson app, and it's like shitty, as you guys know. It just shows the introduction. You have to go to the fucking website. What kind of fucking practices are these? I don't know, but yeah. Oh, dude. Okay, so this is something else that I forgot to talk about. No, did I? No, I didn't. Never mind. I actually. I did talk about it, and it was going to be full book. My bad. I talked about that when we were on vacation. I need to read the newest episode because that just came out today. So, it's only 8 o'clock and I'm yawning. But I'm not going to stop, okay? I'm going to keep reading. Also, update. This is all the freaking Hansama I haven't read. As well as that, I'm embarrassed. I really, really need to read what I've gotten from Hansama. I'm getting nervous that it's turning into how I was with Book of the Month, where I'm just like getting all these volumes and I'm not reading them. You know, I got rid of so many that I didn't even read. And then a lot of those ended up being on the Hoopla app. So it made it made no point to keep spending however, like what, $14 and some change on Book of the Month. So we shall see. We shall see what happens. Oh my God, dude. I don't go to sleep. I feel so comfy, cozy, though. I really want to go to sleep. I will not be doing that, though. I'm going to stay strong. So I don't know that I'm going to get into what to catch right now. But I do want to keep reading. Oh, and I have been reading Love for a Walk. I'm almost done with the first season. Oh my God. The slow burn is sizzling me. Okay, we're talking my flesh is coming off slowly. It is painful, but in the best way, okay? And it's not, that doesn't sound enjoyable at all. But when it comes to a slow burn romance, girl, that's exactly what you want to feel, okay? Tyler and Pam, oh my God, I just want them to be together already. It's so frustrating that they take a step forward and then they take 10 steps back. And unfortunately, it seems to always be Tyler. And that just goes to show that straight men really piss me off, okay? Because we're sitting here, we're like, I don't really know how to express it. Open up your fucking mouth and let the words come out. Let the thoughts come out. Stop pissing me off. If you like her, tell her. If you want to be with her, tell her that and be with her. Stop all these fucking games. We still don't know exactly what happened when it came to his ex-girlfriend who traumatized him or what. Now we have finally found, or something is starting to happen where Tyler's mom is showing up and he apparently is like no contact with her. We don't know why. It seems like it probably has to do with his last girlfriend / he doesn't really have a relationship with his mom to begin with because she seems like she has certain expectations of him that he does not want to put up with. Like, whatever it is, he doesn't want to be involved, and he's not close to his parents. So his mom is coming around. He has like a very like clear anxiety, like panic attack when she's there. He doesn't want her to know who Pam is. So obviously this has to do with his ex, which is just like confusing. But at the same time, I mean, like, Pam and Tyler are still getting to know each other. But it's like, girl, you know Pam at this point. I'm sorry, but you know her. So stop acting like this. Just, talk about the past for the love of God. Like, just fucking tell her what the fuck happened. Because the problem is that he is annoying the shit out of me and won't just say it. Just say what the fuck happened. Oh my God. You lived below her. They make it seem like he lived below her, but he really does live above her. I don't really get that, but he's always coming down the stairs, so I don't know how that works. But anyway, you saw her dealing with her ex-boyfriend. She's opened up to you. She's really like expressed herself. She's had no issue with that. You, on the other hand, what is wrong with you? You already know who she is as a person. Like, it's not like they've been like friends and doing this for a year. But at the end of the day, I think at this point, everybody would agree that you know her. So why are you acting like this? Ugh, it makes me sick. It makes me sick and it's really frustrating. But I'm still reading it. It's just like, Tyler's behavior is just like very obnoxious. And he is the reason why we keep taking so many steps back. And that's frustrating. But I obviously absolutely adore Pam. Still loving Anne. I love Anne. And she is going to move in with what's-his-face. Oh, it was so great. But I don't remember if I talked about this But okay, so I've caught up on the newest episodes of Operation True Love, and I don't know. I am still going to continue on with this series because I'm intrigued. I really like Sue. I'm interested in what is to come, but at the same time, I don't even know where this is going. Like, it's very, very, very confusing, and I'm lost. I'm lost. And I think a lot of people are kind of like, I think a lot of people are over it, and I feel myself being kind of over it. The meringue storyline with the jelly pop phone, we literally still don't know anything about that. Like, we don't even know half of what is going on with that, and it just seems like such a waste. Like, I understand to a certain extent, and I mean, it's an interesting, like, concept within the story, but it almost feels like that story has died completely because now the meringue, okay, so spoilers ahead, by the way. So, like, we are in a time jump now. We are like 9 or 10 years in the future. We're present, basically, and Unyo stopped speaking to Sue. He would not pick up her calls. He would not communicate with her, and then he finished school in America. Doha, he also hasn't spoken to Sue, but it doesn't seem like she actually even reached out to him. So I noticed that a lot of people were kind of like crappy on the internet about it, but like, unless I missed something, and I could have, it doesn't seem like she made like an effort to really like reach out to him as a friend. After he quit coming to school, like she was, showing up. It meant something to him. He was, it's just so frustrating because like I really like Doha and I really hope he finds someone. You know what I mean? That's the thing that just kills me is that people really shit on him, but I don't understand why they don't like him. Do they just not like him because he is technically like a bit of a love interest in the story and they only like Unyo? Like I just don't understand, because at the end of the day, I think Doha did something for Sue, and I think she did something for him too. Like, I think that there was a potential there and they could have been together. Like, who am I? Sorry, I might be crazy. I still like Unyo. I still like Unyo for her. I almost wish there was two Sues. So both of them could be with her. Because obviously they're not going to be a throuple. Oh, that would be my dream. That would be my dream. But okay, getting back on track. So Unyo hasn't spoken to her in 9 years. And just like how Sue is kind of like forced to have Doha in her life again, now Unyo is kind of forced to be in her life again. So it's like fate keeps bringing them together, which is, I guess, the point of the story. But I'm not totally sure, right? Oh, girl, I gotta get comfortable. My fucking head is heavy as hell. I gotta put this pillow behind me. So Sue, she works for like an advertising firm. Her firm is trying to get a contract with Doha. He is, an idol, an actor. He's famous. And when it falls through, she's like, let me try something. And she reaches out to him and she asks him to start to work with them, right? And at first he is not really into it and he's not interested. Because I think like the thing about Doha is, 9 years ago, when he realized, like, I will never have, or felt as though he would never have a chance with Sue, she was the only reason why he was going to school and giving a shit. She was the only reason why he stayed there. So when he realized, like, I'm never going to be anything more to her, and I want more from her, he basically says, you know what, I'm just going to give in. I'm going to give in to what Meringue wants. They keep asking me to be a part of their management team or whatever. I'm just going to do it. And even though she was coming by his house like every so often to drop off his homework, the one day he was like, okay, it was like the one day he finally was like, I'm going to this. If I see her right now, I'll give in to her. But she left, right? So she left his homework there. He got there too late and he's like, okay, that's it. Like, I'm done. Like, I'm going to just move on with my life. So, 9 years later, it doesn't seem like it seems like he has some relationships with people, but nothing like he had with Sue, which is just so devastating. I mean, I just feel so much for him. You know, everything that happened to him when he was growing up, everything that was going on with him during the time that he and Sue were in high school, and even now, like, I feel for him so much because he is so lonely still. And that's what's really breaking my heart. I forgot that it's been a while. It's been like on a hiatus for a while. Like the last time, you know, I saw him before I caught up, he was frequenting this bar, which, you know, makes it so celebrities can just like have, you know, some time away from people bothering them. And he's sitting there alone. It doesn't seem like he's happy. He's drunk. And he's just so lonely. And now she shows up. And it's not as though she wants to show up to be his friend. She wants to show up because she wants something from him. And that is just so shitty. That's just so shitty. And, you know, Sue's not like a bad person necessarily, but I think even she realizes, wow, like we haven't spoken in this long. It's kind of awkward. And now I'm asking him for a favor. And like, I never said anything to him. And I'm not even asking him what's been going on with him. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's so disappointing. So blah, blah, blah. He ends up agreeing to work with her, but he's like, under one condition, you have to come watch movies with me. So these two are going to the movies together. They're having like this intimate, fun experience with each other. And it's just so devastating the more I think about it, because it's like, Doa really still likes her. And Sue, it's okay if she still has feelings for Unyo. Like, I'm not anti-Unyo and Sue. You know what I mean? But obviously, I can appreciate what was a building between Sue and Doha. I'm sorry. I just really, really like him. And if I had to choose between him or Unyo, I'd choose him. I don't like Unyo that much. So that is just frustrating. That part of the story makes me sad. Now we move on to Unyo. Unyo purposely never reached out to Sue. Okay? Really left her with a lot of trauma. Okay? The bitch is fucked up. Okay? Emotionally. She sees him while she's on a date, and he just looks away from her. And it's like, how, why would my first impression of him, like, this is my first impression of him again. I'm not fucking liking you, okay? He does things that just drive me fucking nuts. And it kills me. So now, again, it's forced proximity. She ends up having to work with him. Her company has to do something with him. And he is making things awkward with her. Now, Sue, girl, sometimes I wish I could jump up into these things and really speak for these characters, even though I know that's not the point. But I would really want to verbally bitch slap him, okay? And then if I didn't feel satisfied enough, I would actually bitch slap him. I would slap the taste out of his mouth, okay? No, it would just, I would just have to put my hands on him. I'm sorry, because no, no, don't be touching on me, okay? So they keep having to be around each other, and he keeps making things kind of awkward. She clearly wants to ask him, like, what happened? Why did you stop speaking to me 9 years ago? You know, you told me you loved me. We were trying to make these plans with each other. I was under the impression everything was fine, and you did that. You literally abandoned me, and that was so embarrassing, and it was so hurtful. So the most recent chapter that I read, he has a fever dream, because of course we have to have, like, I'm going to take care of you sick moment. And the thing is, though, is that he is seeing himself, like, he's almost seeing, well, he's seeing through his own eyes of his younger self, these moments, you know, in his past. And basically the day that everything happened, I guess, where he decided that he was not going to talk to Sue anymore. And the day that happened was when his dad showed up at school, and he hit him, and he hit him in front of Sue. And Unyo tried to call her, and she didn't pick up the phone at first, but then she called him back. Now, I don't know what I would have done in that situation. I feel like you seriously can't blame Sue for
You literally can't blame her for feeling awkward in that moment. We don't actually know exactly why she didn't answer the phone. Was it because she was embarrassed? Was it because she was scared? Was it because she felt like, I just need to give them time? Like, we don't know. But they're all teenagers, so you can't blame her. But then she immediately calls him right back, and then he doesn't answer the phone. And apparently, we're being led to believe, like, we don't know for a fact, but we're being led to believe that this was this, like, moment for him, I guess, where he was like, okay, I guess you don't care about me. If that's the reason, that's stupid. That's literally dumb. That's like ridiculous. Like, Sue has never had bad intentions at any point. So the fact that she didn't answer your phone call, it's not like she hit like sent a voicemail immediately. Like, it rang. Anything could have been going on with her. But oh, that's right. I think he saw her. He saw her not answer the phone. That had to be a shitty feeling. But then she called him right back. Do you see what I'm saying? It's just like, even though he saw that situation, it's just, but again, he's also a teenager. I can't blame him. But for 9 years, you haven't fucking spoken to me. You have avoided me. And then some people were speculating like, oh, I thought it was going to be a time travel thing. And if everything that's been going on in this, you also introduced time traveling, I'm going to have to put the fucking thing down. I'm not going to be able to fucking read this, because what do you mean people are time traveling? Would it make sense in everything that's fucking going on? Yes. Do I want to see the shit? No, because where's that going to go? Why would he even be a time traveler? What the fuck are you people talking about? Okay, that's too much. Then the meringue guy, what is he? We still don't know. He's just some man. Is he a god? Is he Cupid? I don't fucking know. Can we get some answers to it? Now he is ashy, decrepit looking, because there's more than one Sue. What is the point of the love system? When are we ever going to figure this out? Like, it's still like, what he has been, she has been writing the fucking blog, okay, the fanfic, for 9 fucking years, thinking that she could die. Could he ever actually kill her? And what, the thing when he showed her dying, that was just an image. He wasn't saying he was going to kill her. What has all this been about? What has all this been for? It's just so annoying. I just don't understand. Oh, girl, I'm being animated. I'm sorry, my hand is going crazy. I just am so, I don't even know. Let me just stop talking. I'm gonna start getting angry. I am getting angry, because the more I think about it, Operation True Love is really just infuriating. You will have like these moments where everything is like, ugh, okay, I'm loving it. Here we go. And then, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Ugh, stop it. I'm tired. I'm tired of it. I'm exhausted. Lastly, before I start getting into some other things that I want to read, because I think I'm going to get back into Absolute Threshold. I read the newest, the most recent 2 episodes, because I don't think I talked about it before. The Secret Life of a Webcomic Artist. I think that's how the name is. So good, but I'm so sad, because even though the 2 main characters are hooking up, kind of dating, there's still, the fact that they have a job to do, and they have expectations of how their work is going to go. And, the main female character, I think, is not going, I can see her maybe being a little jealous and envious of the fact that her ex, because they're not officially dating yet, I don't think. Well, maybe they are dating each other. But that's her competition now. Like, yes, we're dating, but you're also my competition. And this is something that he did for the first time. It's not even something that he really wanted to do. He doesn't even want to be a webcomic artist. He wants to be a director and a screenwriter. I don't see how anybody in that situation wouldn't feel some type of way. You know what I mean? So her work is going further and further and further down the page, and his is staying at number 1. The thing that she was supposed to work on and was taken from her. It's just, I'm just so angry for her, because she could have had the best, situation, and now she can't. And it's so frustrating, because Yuna? Now I can't remember the other girl's name. She, like, the two main characters are like, oh yeah, well, we got to keep things a secret. And, the female lead is, and, I think righteously pissed off at, I'm pretty sure her name is Yuna, the girl who, she took the work away from her just to be a bitch. Like, are you serious? And he's like, oh, well, don't say that. She's not so bad. Don't ever do that, okay? Person in a relationship, let your partner talk shit, okay? And then when they're no longer mad, then you can say something. But for the love of God, let your spouse, partner, friend, or whatever talk shit when the time comes, because sometimes it is necessary, and don't stop them, okay? Let them let it out. You're supposed to be a safe space for them to talk shit, okay? Talking shit is not that bad, okay? Especially in the privacy of your own home. Let it loose. I believe in that, okay? Talk shit. Talk shit. Do it. It's gonna help. It's gonna, talk through all the pain and the frustration. But this is gonna come into play, all right? But of course, what we know is gonna happen is now the female lead is going to have to put more of the love triangle in this, which is going to make her boyfriend really jealous of the relationship between her and her editor or manager or whatever. This is what's going to happen. Oh, it's just going to kill me. I'm so mad I have to wait week to week, because I just wish I could get like another 50 episodes immediately and just binge them. I would gladly wait an entire month to not read it just to get 50 episodes for me to read. Oh my God, that would be beautiful. And then I'm also following The Rotten. Oh my God, Jesus Christ. Such a bleak, sad, dystopian hellscape, okay? I just feel so sorry for this dude. I can't remember his name, the main dude. Oh my God, can he just live? Can he just live without these people assaulting him? Oh my God. Jesus Christ. Like, and he's just, I just feel so bad for him. And now the one guy who's been obsessed with him this whole time, who's killing people, who is like a secret psycho, is now turned into the kind of creature that Juan is. And he is now going to fucking kill him and oh my God, I don't even want to know what's going to happen to him. Jesus Christ. I have no idea how this story is even supposed to end. Like, how could anything good happen? It's so bad. Jesus, how long have I been talking? Oh my God. Girl, hold on. See what time it is. Dear God, I'm so sorry. I've been talking for so long. Anyway, okay, I'm going to get to reading something else. You might see me tonight, you might not. But we will be getting into it for sure. Okay, it's the next morning. I've caught up on What a Catch. Oh my God. Okay, I wish that it had more chapters. I really, really do. It's only like 10 chapters, right? So I'm like, it's just the budding, I don't know what you would call what's going on with Shinju and, is it Youngju, I think? Myung-tae's older brother. It's so funny. It is so funny. And I really, really, really like Shinju. I do understand that he is crazy, that he's still like adding. Well, okay, I really do feel that he's so sincere when he's like, what's so wrong with me liking more than one person? Like, I'm allowed to. Like, I liked Kyuso initially. He likes Myung-tae. They're essentially a package deal. I have to like Myung-tae. So that's a threesome. And now I kind of like Myung-tae's brother, so I guess that's a foursome. Like, I appreciate his sincerity and his in his freakiness. Okay, good for him. Like, honestly, he deserves multiple partners if that's what he wants, because he's willing to do the work. I also appreciate how, like, you literally can't even really be mean to him. Because if he likes you and you are mean to him, he's turned on, because he gets off on that. Like, I just think the whole thing is just so funny and so ridiculous. It's funny. I am excited to continue to read that. I know I had said that I wanted to get back into Absolute Threshold. Oh my God. This is not that long. This is not that long of a story, right? I'm nowhere near close, but what am I on? I'm on like episode I'm in the 30s or something like that. What is up with the way he talks to her? Like, he basically, I picked up where I left off, which was she had gone to the art exhibit of her ex. And, we'd gotten all the background for what happened with him. I mean, it wasn't even her ex, right? Because, like, the thing was, well, I guess they did date for, like, a second. Or I thought they were in the talking stage. Basically, she had feelings for this guy. He had feelings for her too. But her best friend also had feelings for him. And when her best friend found out that he actually had feelings for Jumi, she started spreading all of these disgusting rumors about her, which, broke them up. Clearly, I think the guy always still had feelings for her, but it just became too much. And she said, you know what? I'm just going to also kind of like, I don't want to say set you free, but, stop pursuing you because I don't want to ruin your reputation or whatever. Just for her to later find out, oh, her best friend is the one that spread all these rumors because she liked him. And, my thing is that you didn't even fucking tell her that you liked the dude. The thing about Jumi, she is insufferable sometimes. I mean, the way that she is pitiful, she takes it to a new level sometimes for me, and it makes me kind of sick. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I just wish that she would stop being so meek and mild and pitiful. It's kind of gross, but she's also a really good person. And that if her best friend would have just told her that, Jumi would have not even had a second thought. But if you are the type of person who would do that to your best friend, still smile in their face, obviously that's not even going to matter. Like, it's not even that the best friend could even appreciate that gesture, because it's the fact that the guy that she likes her friend. So literally nothing Jumi could do would be enough for the friend, because she would always sit there and think like, oh, well, he likes her. He liked her first or something. And that too is pathetic in my opinion. And you know what? Fuck you, bitch. Fuck you. I really hope that after the confrontation that happens with all three of them, that he decides that he doesn't want to be with the woman anymore, because you are so pathetic, that you're so nasty that you would do that. And now you didn't even give him, like, at the end of the day, like, if someone's manipulating you, it's not your fault if you don't see through their manipulation, because that's the whole point. They're manipulating you so you don't, but she also kind of like swooped in a time, like she then further manipulated him, right? So what I'm trying to get at is she took away the opportunity for him to like kind of make a decision that wasn't clouded by the manipulation that she was putting him through. So I hope that now that he sees like, wow, you are not a good person, that he chooses not to be with her, because fuck you. You deserve to have to start all over, but you have such a nasty spirit. I don't even see how I mean, you wouldn't even be able to be yourself. That's the thing about the best friend, is you're not a good person anyway. Let's see, I'm about to get on a real tangent now. I can't stand people like that. But cut to, of course, this dude, I can't remember his name, whatever his name is. He is so disgusting to me. Oh my God. Like, is it supposed to be romantic? I don't know. What woman would find this romantic? Oh my God. What person would find this romantic? Please get checked out if you do. Okay, I'm sorry. You are going to need some real deep therapy if the way he speaks to her turns you on, because it's just disgusting. So of course, he's been following Jumi, or having someone follow her. So he already knows about the fact that she met with her ex, which made him jealous, which made him say some of the most vile things, okay? There is something deeply wrong with him. I can understand if you're a little jealous, like, the first time we're together, she's saying his name. She obviously still has feelings for him, despite her constantly saying otherwise. Like, I don't even think that she has feelings, like she misses him. And obviously it's a little different, right? Now she just finally got to confront him and confront the woman. So I don't think that she'll be thinking about him at all. But I think she was just really sad, sad that, she wanted something different for her life, and she could have had it, but her life still got in the way. You know, the reputation of her father and her family and her family's business got in the way of her having something. It's always gotten in the way of her having friends. It's always gotten in the way of her, you know, with something, you know, and I feel sorry for her. So why, you know, So okay, let me get back to the line. So, you know, after that, she waits up for him at the house because she is trying to see the good in him. This is another thing. Jimmy, stop. He's a fucking asshole. Just because you're having his baby, I can't deny that I feel like I wish that she would have just had an abortion, because she just keeps being tied to people who I just don't feel like truly care about her. Like, there's always, like, even though he seems to, I think he does, I don't even know if he would say, I think that he likes her. I don't know what his feelings for her are, but they're very twisted, and it's like you're just tying yourself to someone who's also toxic. You know, the way he speaks to her is just unbelievably disgusting. And there's no rhyme or reason why he speaks that way. So the thing that he said this time, of the many things that he said that are just disgusting, which I think this one is now takes the cake, but I'm sure he's going to continue to piss me off. Basically, because he knows that she met with them, he's like, I bet you wanted to take his dick right in front of her. You wanted to pull your tits out in the restaurant and get fucked by him with for his cum or something. What are you talking about? These are the words coming out of his mouth. And then after he said something so disgusting, so vile, like, how could you say something like that? You think that I want to get fucked in public? What? Oh my God. And you know her. She is literally not like that. So why say something so vile? He's like, okay, well, since I'm letting you stay here, I'm gonna get to fuck you now. And he's like, take your panties off and take your tits out. Oh my God, it's just so vulgar. Like, and all the while, it's like, Jimmy, this isn't really consensual, okay? I hate that she is in these situations where it's like, I don't know. To me, it's just not consensual what's going on. I don't think that she really truly wants to sleep with him, but then she just convinces herself that she does, because like, oh, we've done it already. Oh, I'm having his baby. Oh, he's letting me stay here. Stand up, for the love of God. Please, stop. Just go. I don't know, girl. You've got a business. Take money out the fucking cash register. I don't know. And now this other woman is threatening him, so she's going to threaten her. And it's like, I just don't know. I'm stressed out with this story. Like, and I'm not having fun reading it. I think that's the thing. And I might have to drop Absolute Threshold. There is nothing fun about this story at all. Their dynamic is not fun. I'm sure eventually he will stop speaking to her like she is nothing. But how long do I have to wait till that? How long do I have to wait for him to stop degrading her and then having sex with her? It feels like, I don't know. Like, I think I'm going to have to drop it, honestly. Absolute Threshold is just too much for me. I can't stand it. Like, my stomach hurts. Like, the more I talk about it, the more I realize, like, I feel really, really sick by his behavior towards her, by the decisions that she makes, but by what is going on to her. Like, her parents are just so mean. They're just so evil. And even if they eventually apologize to her, will it even be worth it? Like, she's just gonna, let's say this happens, which I'm sure it will. She'll forgive them. I find people who just forgive anything and everything, that's your prerogative, but like, why? Like, you don't have to forgive people and let them into your life if they treat you this way. It's getting too real for me right now. Like, I'm Jesus. Yeah, like, her parents are just so mean. They do not care about what she wants. The guy that she's having his baby, he is just so mean to her. And for him, he's like, oh, she's just so cute. What woman wants to be talked to like this, who has a personality like her? She's not into it. She's not getting off. Okay, this isn't What a Catch, where Shinju's getting off by someone like being mean to him. She does not like it. So it's just like a never ending like abuse cycle for her, to me. I'm gonna finish this chapter. But honestly, I think I just want to skip all of the sex, because what's going to end up happening is he's going to do something during all of this where she's going to be asking him to stop, mind you. But he's going to keep pushing her through it, and then he's going to like take care of her after. And then she's going to be confused, like, oh my God, well, he basically ruined me just now, but he's taking me to the bath. The psychological torture that's going on here is just too much. So I'm going to finish this episode, but I think I might have to drop it. And it's hard for me because even though I'm disgusted, I still feel the urge to keep going, because like I want to see it through, because I do want to know what happens, but I'm going to have to stop it, dude. I need to get back into a Broken Ring. Like I need to pick that back up. I also need to get back into Villains Are Destined to Die. That just came back. So I don't know, dude, but I'm stressed and I'm sick. So we'll be back. I'm sorry for ranting, but oh my God, like I think I've come to the conclusion where I probably can't read this, but we'll see. Okay, it's good. We're back, you guys, because Yes Ma'am and Private Tutoring released just now, and thank God for them. And I know I just went on that rant about Absolute Threshold. I know why. After reading those again, like I always have to be brought back to center. The thing is that the guy in Absolute Threshold isn't truly yearning for her in the way I find acceptable, because he's mean, and I don't like that. Versus in Private Tutoring, the way he is to her, he's not mean, he's teasing her, right? He's teasing her in a way that's like not gonna hurt her feelings. He understands who she is. He knows that there's things that she might be a little bit too shy to ask for. I just absolutely love their dynamic. Okay, then we move on to Yes Ma'am. Oh my God. Why, God? Please stop making me wait. These episodes are too short. You're ending in a place where like, no, it can't end there. You have to keep going. I don't want to wait till next week. These two are fun to read. That is the difference. Like I'm having so much fun reading both of these, and obviously the dynamic is different, right? Yes Ma'am, she is the one, she literally, girl, I had to stop, scroll back up, reread that, because I was like, what just happened? She punched him in the stomach. Now, obviously, this is, something that they are talking about. It's still, like, not quite probably exactly how things should be, because she is like just now getting into BDSM. He's never done it. She's never done it. So there's some things that she's probably not getting quite right when it comes to like how it should be to make it safe. You know what I mean? But he is very much into her. She is very much into him. Obviously, it's, as of right now in the story, it's different, right? Because he likes her. She does like him, but she liking him right now in her mind is like she's doing something different because she's been disappointed by men in the past. So she is the one who's going to be the dominant one in the situation. I'm just obsessed with that. I love that. I want more of that. It's perfect. It's simply perfect. So yeah, they're doing it in the bathroom, y'all. They're doing it in public. I'm obsessed. But I don't remember where I was going with that. Basically, like, I love both of these stories, even though they are different, because you've got one where the woman is being the dominant one and the other one where she's not. But the one where she's not the one who's in control, that I wouldn't even say that she's submissive, right? She's just kind of naive and she's a virgin, but she's dealing with somebody who is kind and really does like her genuinely. I love that. Absolute Threshold is not the same. Like, he just has a bad attitude. Like, I guess, like, the only thing that I could say that redeems the male character in Absolute Threshold is that when we see his inner monologue, he's not exactly the person that he portrays himself to be. So I guess he's not, deep down, possibly, he's not the worst guy ever. But the issue is, it doesn't matter how nice you are sometimes. If the other person doesn't realize it and you talk to them crazy, because he talked to her crazy, and I don't like that. That's what bothers me so much about what's going on with the dynamic between them, is that he just has a slick mouth, and I don't like the way he's talking to her, and it's just too much. So I didn't end up finishing that other episode. I'm going to see what I end up doing, but I do want to get into, I need to be productive today, so we'll see. I think I need to get back onto the list of, like the website that I would go to look up, booktube tags. I need to do a booktube tag. I need to change it up. These vlogs are getting super long. Last time when my parents were over and I was like, oh yeah, I uploaded my new video. And, they asked how long it was. I told them, you know what, you guys, like, you don't have to, well, no, I'm sorry. I said, like, and parents, there's a message in there for you guys and not watch it, you know, joking. If they want to, they can. It's not that big of a deal. But they're like, oh, how long is it? And I said, 2 hours and 40 minutes. And they both paused. Parents, I love you. Oh my God, I want to cry. It's so funny. So yeah, the vlogs are getting kind of long. I really appreciate everybody who tells me like, oh no, like I enjoy them. I do need to scale it back though. They don't need to be that long. Almost 3 hours is unbelievable. But it's still fun. It is still fun. Regardless, I do need to do something different because I haven't been doing much. I've been doing like a lot of the same stuff, which is haul, vlog, and I think it would be more entertaining to do some other stuff. So I will be doing that. We're going to be finding the perfect bookish tag, and I will be getting into that. So I'm gonna pop these eyebrows on you all. I'm gonna eat something, and we're gonna get into something else. But I will be reading a little bit later today. But I think I need to take a break from doing the vlog and like do something more. So we shall see. Hey everybody, welcome back. Okay, so I'm making the executive decision to end the vlog now. When I think back to the few times that I've talked on camera when I was on vacation, I think one was 20 minutes and one was 30 minutes. So realistically, I should make this short. I really, really enjoy making long vlogs, but I do think that the almost 3 hour one was probably a little bit longer than it needed to be. So let's kind of wrap her up, okay? Because I did do some reading today. Devin's on his way home. I'm pretty sure he's not going to stream tonight because he worked all day. So we're going to hang out, and I probably won't read. So we probably won't catch back up. So let's do it now before the night is over. So luckily for me, I read 3 things from my Hantama box. As I think I showed you guys, I have a lot of stuff from Hantama that I haven't read, and I'm really disappointed in myself because like it is piling up. At this point now, so there's 3 volumes in my office, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I still have 10 volumes that I haven't read, and that's disappointing. So I got a bit of reading done, so that's good. So I first read The Boy Who Ruled the Monsters, Volume 1. I will be reading the rest of the series. I really want to see where this is going to go. I didn't exactly know where it was going at first. When it started, I was a little like, okay, I don't know if this is going to be something I like. But then, yeah, I immediately went on Amazon to just check and see when the next volume comes out. It looks like almost every volume that... So, volumes 1, 2, and 3, I think. 2 and 3, I think, are available. Volume 4 comes out this month, towards the end. And then the volume after that comes out in December. I don't know if that's the last volume, but basically there should be 5 volumes I think I could read as of right now. Well, yeah, from what I saw on Amazon. Yeah, so I'm definitely going to be reading the second one. I liked this because it's fantasy. Basically, our main character, in this world, some people have power, some people don't. He has a power that he has chosen to keep a secret because he is considered a player, and he is able to give people powers, and he can also enhance people. So he's kind of like the support in a like adventurer situation. So he's not the person who necessarily can heal people, but he can give some power. He can give people the power to be a strong healer, and he can change their stats and give them this and give them that. So he has a lot more control and a lot more power than a lot of people think he does. And the reason why I really have to continue this is because he has a group of, he's in a group of 5, and it's 2 other guys and 2 other girls. And these are 4 people that he grew up with. They were poor. They had all of these big dreams when they were younger. And then when the time came, I guess like when you're 12, you're supposed to get powers.
that time came and went and his friends didn't get it, but he did get his power, which is player or whatever, his class. I'm not sure how you would put it. So he knew how devastated his friends were. He played around with his power and gave them powers. They became an A rank guild. And when they finally like reached the top, he's hoping to clear all the dungeons for as far and wide as they can experience. But 2 of the 4 other friends, the dudes, basically tell him, no, I don't want to do that. I either want to join. Well, no, they don't even know exactly what they want to do. They just want to be rich and famous. That is really all they aspire to be, which to me, okay, cliche much. The 2 women, they don't have the same aspirations, but they don't really have the heart to, I think, keep going, right? So both of the women knew or had a sneaking suspicion of what is his name? Soul. So Soul is the guy who has the player power. They had a feeling about what his power was and that he was the one that was responsible for giving them powers. So they don't really want to keep going, but it's not because they have like a sense of greed the way that the other 2 friends has. So many things happen. And in the end of this volume, one of the guys who wanted to break away, basically the guys wanted to fire him and keep going without him, which is crazy because the guys were too stupid to realize like, okay, he's not just dead weight. They let other people who saw the situation from the outside, who also did not know what his power was, kind of get in their head and make them think that they were too good for him. And fuck you, quite frankly. But one of those guys, there's a little scene where he's like, what did Soul do? And I really want the guys to be confronted by who they wanted to fire and have a newfound appreciation for him, even though he's not going to work with them again. So yeah, but I like this. It was really cute. So this character though, she is, what's her name? Luna, right? She is actually originally this like dragon that lost a battle and then basically got put into limbo is the best way to put it. And Soul summons her. Now, I'm not the biggest fan of the way she looks, but I do kind of like her character. I do think that she's going to be interesting. She's very, very powerful. He doesn't really have to give her much with his player power to like enhance her. She just needs a little bit more time because now she is in her human form and she had lost her horn, her eye, and her wings. And now this is kind of helping the situation with him wanting to go to these dungeons because most likely those things are sealed away. So he is now getting a new band together and he's going to go search for these things. So I really like it and I'm looking forward to continuing it. I also got into volume 2 of Victoria of the Many Faces. I really like this series. It is so cute and wholesome. It definitely reminds me of Spy Family with, you know, the cute little girl who is just like so sweet and loves her parent. She's adopted to, you know, by Victoria, so also kind of giving that, but she doesn't have like any type of special power. Victoria, she is a former assassin. She left her kingdom because she was just getting used, and now she's just trying to live a life where she could just have some peace, right? And that she doesn't have to keep living this way. But now she's in a new kingdom, still kind of having the peaceful life that she's looking for, but she's getting kind of drawn into certain things. But it's all just really sweet, and I like that she is hopefully going to develop these relationships. I just, you know, obviously what's going to happen is her past is going to find her, and it's going to possibly wreck everything she's worked for. Now, will it wreck it? I hope not. I don't think it will. I think we'll have a happy ending, but we know that that's most likely what's going to happen, right? So I'm liking the backstory for him. I liked learning a little bit more about him. I like that he likes her so much. I'm just enjoying it. I think it's a really, really cute story. I'm also pretty sure that this is getting an anime soon, so I will definitely be watching that as well. And for the last physical thing I read from Hansama, I finally got through Kindergarten Wars Volume 1. I do want to continue on with the series. This is really, really, really cute. It was took a little bit longer for me to get through. It is more wordy than I thought it would be, but I really liked it. Our main character, Rita, she's a convict and she has a year sentence basically working as a kindergarten teacher, where this kindergarten teaches a bunch of kids who like are the children of like political people or celebrities or whatever, like basically prominent people whose kids are getting kidnapped for ransom. So convicts are basically put here during their sentence to protect these kids. And a lot of the time, these people actually are pretty, like, they're pretty badass. Rita's really, really badass. There's other people that are teachers that work with her, and their job is to just help these kids. But Rita is really funny because she is desperate to find a hottie. So anytime she's confronted with a guy, she has her little list of questions. They're very, very funny. Definitely brutal though. Okay, they're assassins and they are shooting people in the face. Okay, like she does not fucking play about these kids. Nobody who's a teacher who cares plays about the kids. But I'm really interested because the way this ended, we basically got to a point where she might be set up, but one of the other teachers also feels like something isn't quite right with the whole system of this kindergarten thing. So there's probably more to the story that we don't know that I'm really intrigued with. That guy seems like he might be falling for Rita. Rita is only into hotties. I don't think she thinks Doug is a hottie or she considers him a hottie. So that's really funny. So it's got a good amount of humor, action, but also a little bit of a love story, which I like that. You know, I do like a good love story. And I'm basically almost done with Pet Detective. I requested that on the Pet Detective Agency. I requested that on my Hoopla app. It's 215 pages and I'm on 138. I just figured I might take this one a little bit slower to read, but this is really, really cute. I like it. Basically, it started off as just a regular detective agency, but because one of the guys who ends up helping the original dude, Fumi is the guy who's the detective, and then Ro, I think that's how you say his name, he shows up. Fumi gives him a chance, but the thing is that Fumi is, I really, really like his personality. Ro is different than him. He's a little bit younger, but also pets love him. So this detective agency that's supposed to be like finding missing persons turns into finding missing animals sometimes. And it works out because animals are really drawn to Ro. So it's really, really cute. So it's a bunch of little mysteries, but also a bit of a love story, which I'm really enjoying. So I don't know how many volumes it is. It seems like it's a one-shot, but I feel like I've seen something else. I could be wrong, but I'm excited to finish it nonetheless. Okay, the last thing I want to talk about is, now I know I'm not going to be doing this until next month, but I'm going to start planning what I want to do starting now because I think it would be really fun. So I want to do the Manga Freakathon. This is by Bazaar and Marge Reads Manga. Yes, I printed out 8.5 by 11, y'all. So I got 2 little sheets. So I want to be doing this. I don't really do a lot of readathons because I always change my mind. So I feel like I shouldn't commit to it, but I want to do that this time because I have many, many plans. I have an ambitious TBR that I haven't totally worked out yet. Thank you to everyone who gave me suggestions on YouTube. I appreciate it. I will be gladly accepting more. But I want to do this. I want to build a TBR that would be really fun. So the Manga Freakathon, the first one is TBR of Terrors, recommended read, goosebump inducing, scariest read, treat yourself, favorite read, worst nightmare. And then you have your bingo board, which I just think is really cute. I love bingo boards. And I haven't done one of these since, shit, dude, I don't even remember the last one I did. It was many years ago when I started BookTube. I think it was a spookathon. And it was really fun. And you got like, you chose like a certain group to go with. And then they had certain prompts. And it also had a bingo board, which I think is really fun. So I'm excited. Again, I don't know what I'm going to do. Like I haven't made my TBR yet for the manga, but I'm probably going to hold off on some volumes that were in the Hansama box because at least 2 really fit some prompts, I assume. So Horror Collector Volume 1. I definitely think I want to wait to read that next month. Kaya-chan Isn't Scary looks pretty good. And then I've got 2 more that I think would work. This one is going to be more on the funny side, I believe. Little Miss Vampire Can't Suck Right. I don't really like that title. I'm going to be honest with you. I really don't. I don't like the title, but it is what it is. And then Monster Tribe. So I think these 4 should be good contenders for the readathon. I think they would definitely work. Now, I haven't totally looked at all the prompts, but I have a feeling they will fit something. And yeah, for whatever reason, I'm not really feeling good. So yeah, I don't actually feel really good right now, and I'm not really sure why. Like, I feel like out of breath, but I also feel like I have a headache. So best to just chill, drink my water, have fun, and I will see you guys later. It's time to retire to the bedroom. I really want to watch something that is a K-drama. I'm just really feeling that right now because I've been reading all day, but I've also been watching the rest of season 2 of, what is the show called? Summer House. Girl, season 2 was crazy. I had a lot of thoughts as I sat here and read. And if you were wondering, yes, I do talk to myself aloud when I'm upset about something. Just like I would like this, like I yell at the TV. And season 2 of Summer House was crazy, okay? I did not really like a lot of the people on the show. I'm really watching it in the background because I don't really care. I don't totally care for Summer House, but it's good reality TV in the background and to get you annoyed. And when I tell you the amount of drinking problems amongst this friend group is crazy, okay? It's insane, the amount of alcoholism happening with all of these 30-year-olds and then bullying a 20-year-old girl. I don't know what's going on, but I'm on season 3. This is when Paige and Hannah show up, so that'll be interesting. I don't know that I'm going to keep watching this tonight, though. It's just something for the background, so I don't commit to something. But yes, no more ranting. It's time to go because this headache is not going away and I'm making it worse by talking. So thank you so much for watching my video. If you like the video, please like the video. If you like and subscribe, hit the notification bell, follow me on other social media. It's in the description box down below. And you have a good day. Goodbye.